if we're talking dev time on call dealing with that, dev time actually building something out, that's a fair chunk of money. I'm the VP of engineering at Crystal and run the engineering team. Crystal's been around for about 8 years. We're a personality data platform. So be it through assessment or predictions, we can generate personality profiles for people. So we help sales rep know how should they communicate with someone before they get on a call to have that first meeting.
Yeah, I heard there's some legacy CRM integrations that kicked off this whole journey. Want to tell us a bit about what happened there?
Yeah, so when I joined Crystal a couple years ago, they had built a HubSpot and a Salesforce integration natively. Building native integrations for Salesforce is non-trivial. So the first pain point was we didn't have the person that built it around anymore. We didn't know how it worked. The second pain point became the way it was set up. If someone imported an entire new contact list into Salesforce, that would kick off thousands of jobs immediately on our servers. And we had a conference that we were at, and a customer kicked off one of these jobs and all of a sudden just took down Crystal. So it was kind of at that point, it was, we need to address this, we need to fix it.
Well, I'm curious, why didn't your team decide to just fix it or build it in-house?
So for Salesforce, at least, it's entirely in, I believe it's C++, but it's a language that nobody's really familiar with. So it would have been learning that and then learning their deployment process.
And so what was the primary motivation for onboarding a solution?
It's something we needed to do to provide value to our customers, but it's not something where investing a huge amount of engineering time was effectively going to change the company. What we need to do is we need to keep the engineers focused on what are the new Crystal features we're going to do and leverage a platform like Paragon for how can we get this in front of more people.
And as you think about, beyond Salesforce, maybe integrations in the future, what are some of the most tedious parts that you really are enjoying not having to deal with?
From a security perspective, auth. If you cannot keep people's tokens, you're in a world better place. That was earlier this year, we went through and we got our SOC 2 certification. That is a process. So anywhere that you can say, no, we don't keep credentials, we don't store your data, this is where it lives, that makes that so much easier.
Do you want to just give a quick overview of what use cases you're enabling for your customers when it comes to Crystal's CRM integrations you're working on today?
So we kind of have two delineations of integrations that we're running in Paragon. We have what we consider org-wide integrations. So that's for things like Salesforce, HubSpot, any of the CRMs that we connect to. And now from there, we have workflows set up that anytime you create a contact in HubSpot or Salesforce, that hits our API, generates the personality profile, and pushes that data back there.
How much time do you think it would have taken to build, Salesforce and HubSpot on your own?
I'd probably say a few months, because you're going to lose at least a week or two figuring out how does one build this package. Then you need to write all the code to do the integrations. You need to make sure that code is tested and working, and then figure out how do we build, deploy.
How long did it take you to build these integrations with Paragon?
The very simple, just when a contact is created, backfill the data. I think I had that up in about 3 days.
What ROI do you think Crystal has seen as a result of Paragon?
Not having something that crashes my servers is invaluable, so we'll take that as the first step. But maintenance alone, if we're talking dev time on call dealing with that, dev time actually building something out, that's a fair chunk of money. This is time our devs could have spent building something else. As for deals, we had more than a few customers that Salesforce integration is table stakes. We're not going to talk to you unless you have it. So being able to spin that up in the week before the new year gave our sales team the ability to go into conversations and just say, we have a Salesforce integration now, let's talk. So I know because of that, it definitely led to new business.